Good afternoon. I am Brandon Fields, currently representing the state of Illinois in the case of Illinois versus Alex Buckley. I would like to call the expert witness, Casey Burke, to the stand. Can you please state your first and last name for the court?
Casey G. Burke.
Can you describe your educational background?
I have a bachelor's in chemistry. I have 2 masters, a master's in forensic science and a master's in forensic psychology.
And what is your current position?
I'm a division chief of criminal investigations for the Lake City Police Department.
And what do you do as division chief?
I handle the major criminal cases, major criminal crimes.
Do you know why you're here today?
Yes, I do.
Can you explain why you're here today?
I'm here to give expert testimony in the case of Alex Buckley.
Do you know the date that this crime occurred?
May 18, 2018.
And have you been to the scene of the crime?
Yes, I have.
Okay. At this time, I would like to have my first piece of evidence marked by the clerk, and I will now show Exhibit 1 to the witness. Do you recognize the photo that I'm showing you?
Yes, I do.
What is being depicted in the photo?
It's a photo of the Lincoln Dormitory.
And how do you recognize this is Lincoln Dormitory?
Because this is a picture that I took.
Is this a fair and accurate representation of Lincoln Dormitory?
Yes, it is.
At this time, I'll move Exhibit 1 into evidence. What kind of evidence were you able to retrieve from Lincoln Dormitory?
I was able to retrieve a piece of the carpet and a piece of the flooring from inside the room.
And were you able to identify where the fire started?
Yes, I was.
Were you able to, and where did the fire start?
The fire started in the hallway.
Were you able to identify how the fire started?
Yes, I was.
And how was the fire started?
The fire was started with an accelerant.
And were you able to determine what kind of accelerant was used?
Yes, I was.
What was used?
It was gasoline.
Were you able to determine how much gasoline was used?
Yes, it was a gallon of gasoline, about a gallon.
And were you able to uncover any other pieces of evidence at the crime scene?
Yes, I did.
And what was that?
I uncovered a gas can.
At this time, I would like to have evidence number 2 marked by the clerk, and I'll now show it to the exhibit number 2 to the witness. Do you recognize what I'm showing you?
Yes.
What am I showing you, Ms. Burke?
You're showing me a gas can.
And how do you recognize that this is a gas container?
Because I know what gas containers look like, and I retrieved this gas tank. This gas came from the scene.
Is this a fair and accurate representation of the gas canister?
Yes, it is.
At this time, the state moves exhibit 2 into evidence. Was the gas container empty upon discovery?
No.
What was in the gas container?
It was like a small amount of gas left in the can.
And were you able to test this gas?
Yes, I tested the gas that was left in the can.
And what did the test show?
The test showed that it was the same type of gasoline that was used to start the fire at the dormitory, and it also showed that it matched gas from the gas and go that's near the school, and also it matched gas that was sold at gas station, other related gas stations near the school.
Were you able to determine which of those gas stations sold the gallon of gas on the night of the incident?
Yes, by investigating, we found that the gas and go near the school had sold a gallon of gas on that night that the crime occurred.
Were you able to retrieve fingerprints from the gas containers?
Yes, I was.
And did you analyze those fingerprints?
Yes, it was 4 sets of fingerprints and we analyzed them.
And did you compare those fingerprints to those of Alex Buckley?
Yes, we compared the fingerprints to Alex Buckley's fingerprints at the time of booking.
And what did it show?
2 of the prints on the gas can matched Alex Buckley's fingerprints.
At this time, I would like to have evidence number 3 marked by the clerk, and I'm now showing exhibit 3 to the witness. Do you recognize what I'm showing you?
Yes, I do.
What am I showing you?
You're showing me witness statements.
And how do you recognize that these are witness statements?
Because these were the statements that was on the police report by Officer Nicholas Murray.
Is this a fair and accurate representation of the statements of the witnesses?
Yes, it is.
Okay. The state moved, at this time, the state moved exhibit number 3 into evidence.
Okay.
Now, can you briefly explain your analysis of interviews?
My analysis of the interviews was: 1, Alex Buckley wanted the scholarship, the full scholarship to the school that he thought Polly was more than likely to get. Number 2, Alex Buckley has a history of violent tendencies. And number 3, he worked at the Gas and Go. The job that he worked at sold the gasoline, and he was at work that night.
And in your expert opinion, do you believe that the evidence gathered is enough to charge Alex Buckley with the crime?
There aren't any eyewitnesses that saw him at the scene, but based on the evidence, I think it's likely that he was at the dormitory the night that the crime occurred. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you. Nothing